Border Management Authority says discussions are underway with Mozambican leaders to find a way forward as tensions rise over disputed election results in that country. The authority closed the border yet again yesterday after it was partially opened on Wednesday. Commissioner Michael Masiapato says it was not South Africa's decision to close the border.
The status quo remains. The status quo remains where the port is closed as we speak. But what we are actually busy doing now, we are busy engaging with the Mozambicans to actually be able to make a determination of the way forward. The only difference is that the people here at the port, in other words, the leaders at the port level, they are saying that these issues are now getting more complicated and they will not be able to make any significant determination.
All right, let's stay with that story and take you to the other side of the border now in Mozambique, where post-election protests have been marred by violent clashes that have left dozens of people killed and hundreds more injured. Yesterday's mass demonstration was called off, in fact, by the opposition party Podemos. And Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo now in conversation. Junior, good afternoon to you, with the Podemos president.
Indeed, Michelle, we are going to be shortly speaking to the Podemos president just to talk about some of the events that have unfolded. Because since the announcement of those election results at the end of last month, there was a lot of unrest that have taken place in the country, and a lot of people have lost their lives. The official number so far that we are getting is that 18 individuals have lost their lives, but there is suggestion that there can be more than that who have actually lost their lives, and over 100 people have also been injured. But as you already indicated, I'm here with the Podemos president, that is Albino Forquilha, who is going to be talking to us. Sir, firstly, thank you so much for making time for us. We know that a lot of opposition leaders have actually taken to hiding because they are feeling unsafe in the country. But firstly, can we start here? There has been suggestion that the opposition parties are the ones that called for the unrest to take place, and a lot of lives have been lost since then. Do you have any regrets as opposition parties for calling for the unrest?
Thank you very much. What I can here recognize that we are protesting the result of the election that was announced by the National Commission, these elections, and we are not accepting them. And since it is our right to protest, because it's constitutional, the response of the police that are attacking our people, are killing our people, and in response to this, there is a sort of violence also from our people, because there is a feeling that the police that we have are not there to defend what is constitutional, are not there to defend the right of the people to protect, because we are claiming for fair elections, as it also was in South Africa. We saw it. So this is the problem. But the response that we are receiving from the people, from the police, is that it's not fair. They are killing our people. We have a number of people that were killed and arrested, and some of them are really hiding somewhere, because along the province and district there are many people which are really living now like refugees, because the police are running after them.
In terms of the numbers, the official declaration is that 18 people have been killed. Do you believe that this is an accurate representation of the number of people that have lost their lives?
No, we have now about 24 people who was killed along the country, and we have more than 100 people now arrested, which are jailed. Let us say like this. So it's a higher number, and we have other also who now are living out of their homes, because at night, for instance, people are running after them, want to kill them, so they are unsafe. That's why are not living in their own homes. Okay. Even myself, I shouldn't be here, but I'm still here because I'm trying to be a side of my people who are doing it.
You've indicated that you do not trust the election results. What sort of evidence do you have as a party that these results have been rigged? And what have you done with that evidence? Have you taken it to the courts or the Electoral Commission of the country?
Yeah, we are not happy with the result that was announced, because the system in Mozambique, electoral system, is like this, that in the day that the election are going to take place, we as political party, all those who are competing the process, have the right to sit there to supervise what's going on, and at the end of the day, they are giving a sheet of results on that spot. And on the base of this, we did also a parallel counting, and we know what we gain and what we lose. And from that point, the number that we have are different from those that was publicized by the institution that is managing the process. And what we did was also to send to our district courts protest that we are not agree with this result, and we have this evidence. But the district level sent all this process. Some of them was denied to the national, we call in Mozambique constitutional constitutional council. And we made a general protest of this election on the results, and we send there with proper evidence that we have. What we are requesting now is that the constitutional council, which is dealing with this whole process at the end, can also confront the result that other party presenters, like Frelimo part, for instance, and our evidence, so that they can confront and to see on the base of what they announced that result, the number that they showed us. Because what happened in the table, what the people voted, or the people says on the day of the voting, is different with the number that they are presenting us. And the evidence are there. Even now, after this point, I will have a press conference where I will also ask people, those who want to check the evidence that we have, also compare and start a discussion on this. So what we are requesting now is that the Constitutional Court, Constitutional Council in Mozambique, can also invite those who were observer at national and international level, are still here in the country, and also our mandate. We have people who are responsible to deal with those institutions, and even journalists who are interested to follow the process and to see how they are confronting this number, so that we can reach the point of transparency of this process. This is our demand, because we know how the system works. We know how the Frelimo part was being sort of winning the election without winning them. So what we want is a transparent process, so that we and everyone can also be part of the same transparency and say that, yes, Podemos won the election or Podemos lose the election, because we have evidence. We know that our capacity in terms of logistics in the country is not like other parties, not like Frelimo part, but we did our best in terms of collecting all the evidences. We have evidence from the same institution that gave a victory to Frelimo party, which are differ with the number that they gave us. You know, if I get a sheet of result in my table of vote, there are all parties which are competing are there. And from that point, I know how much they gave me and how much they gave also to other party. And it's easy to count all these numbers and to come to the final result. And is that what is, which is not corresponding now? That's why we are really protesting.
So if you are taking this evidence to the courts as well as the Electoral Commission, do you trust that they are going to come back to you and they are going to be fair in their assessment of what really happened, the election numbers?
No, we are not trusting them, because politicized institution. You know, who are responding there is member of Frelimo part, and they have seat. There is a seat for Renamo part. There is also seat for MDM. Those three parties that have seat in the parliament. But we know that in this election, there is a number of 30 parties which competed, which are not representing there, which like my party. We are part of those, the youngest part that exists now in Mozambique. And how can we trust that those who are competing with us can announce that they lose the election? The only thing they can do is to defend their position. That's why we took evidence. What we want is that everyone can check and see this evidence and have his own conclusion.
Speaking about your own party, say, Doctor, you are the president of the party, but as a party, you threw your weight behind an independent candidate, which is Valencio Montlane. He has since had to leave the country because he fears for his life. Firstly, explain why you decided not to stand as the candidate, the presidential candidate, and could you give us any details of where Mr. Montlane is in right now since he fled the country?
I think what I can say here is that our agreement to stay or to fight to compete this election with Monjane is based on the compatibility of our vision of governance, the value that we defend, and also principles, is what I can say to you. And institutionally, we see Monjane on this base because his manifesto and our had similar project, has similar vision going things. But in terms of character, everyone has got his own character, and we cannot go through there. What we are trying to defend is institutional, a vision of how this country should be at a certain time. That's why we are together. Monjane is not around, is out of the country. I cannot say here to the television where he is because we call is in the unindicated place. So, but I know that he is alive. I'm in chat with him quite all the time, and yes, there is a lot of coordination, a lot of advice and so on that we take along the day. Okay. But he not feel safe. His family is not feel safe here. Even myself, I don't feel so much safe. But yeah, we are still here.
We are still here. Yeah. Okay. And just lastly, yesterday we did see the opposition parties try and basically congregate a lot of the Mozambican citizens in a mass protest to show the ruling Frelimo that you are not happy about those election results. Are you happy about the numbers of people that turned out? And also, what next? What are you going to do as the opposition parties to ensure that your voices continue to be heard?
No, what we are trying, we will continue to fight at political level, but also at judicial level. So at political level is what we are seeing. The protest that you saw yesterday is the continuation of many other happening around the country. And it shows also that it's the first time that this country has protests like what we are seeing now. Because I see that the invitation our candidate did for the people to protest, for Podemos self-member Podemos to protest, is now spread to many other people which are feeling that this is the time to protest massively, because it's the same thing that happened in every election that Frelimo party is always commit fraud to the election and to maintain itself in power. You know, we see the system, democratic system, is somehow a way to solve the problem of the people, to accept people, each other. And if a young man of 18 years expects to do something and he can't, one of the things that he thinks is that the ruling party is not look at him. And he go to election because he expects to change the situation. If he can't change because there is fraud, and the next election he can't change because it's fraud, then it will come to the point that he say, okay, now I need to fight. I think the situation now, many Mozambicans knows that it's the same thing that happened in every election, and it comes a point that people can't no longer maintain the same status quo, and they need to fight. I think it's this situation that every Mozambican sees that no, we need to join Podemos, we need to fight, we need to liberate ourselves. Those people that you saw on the roads and protesting and doing this and this are not all members of Podemos, but they are in solidarity with Podemos. They voted Podemos. They voted our candidate. So it's a people's war, I can say. It's a people's fight. Because they know exactly that there is no other way to take out Frelimo from power without to do this.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor, for making time. We know that you felt unsafe, but you still made time for Newzroom Afrika. Michelle, that is the president of Podemos, who just joined us just to talk about what next, what is expected to happen as they continue with these protests. They are still very unhappy about those election results. And as you heard him say there, he says that they are going to continue going into the streets and basically asking for the citizens to back them as they continue this fight. They do not trust the courts, and they also don't trust the Mozambican Electoral Commission, Michelle.
Juniour Khumalo, live to us in Mozambique. Thanks very much indeed.